All right, you guys. Here we are. We are just about a week away from the big game and the close of the 25-26 NFL season, which will be topped off by the NFC champion Seattle Seahawks facing off against the Phoenix team of the NFL, the New England Patriots. And the line is surprisingly good, but Mr. CeeLo says, why? This story coming up on this Super Bowl preview of Gridiron Gab Pro Style.
The autumn winds move like the thunderous waves of Neptune's sacred palace. And here, amongst the blackened soil, lies the ragged hands, worn, torn, and callous. They await with cunning and vicious prowess, for the warriors have returned.
Come on, Dirk! Don't do it! Woo! No way! Woo! 85! Crying out loud! You're making me, you're driving me nuts!
But behold,
Welcome back, you guys. Thank you all so much for joining us here on another edition of Gridiron Gab Pro Style. Of course, you're joined by the one and only Mr. CeeLo. And I hope you guys are doing well as we are in the middle of a winter storm here in the good old GA. And hopefully you guys are in a nice warm place. Hopefully you're not having to work. Mr. CeeLo is doing what he loves to do. But I will tell you, it's nothing but fun when I'm getting to be here with you guys as we continue our final run, end of the 25-26 season, which it seems like it just flipping started. Many of you have been watching my reels, and I'm grateful and appreciative. Keep on, but make sure you comment as well. There's been a lot of crazy coaching signings, and I'm not a big fan of it. Probably one of the ones that I was probably most surprised of was the removal of Sean McDermott and even Sean Payton's relieving of his OC's duties. I was not a big fan of that, but I'll get into it on another show. But ultimately, we're here to discuss what I believe is going to be some of the keys to this Super Bowl. Now, many of you are probably going to say, well, who are you supposed to be? Well, I'm a guy that really is looking at this game and thinking that the 4.5 that Seattle is giving up to the Patriots ain't going to be enough. Oh, don't believe me? Well, let's do some math here, ladies and gentlemen. And it's not going to be the kind of math that you guys probably expect. Now, I will say, do I think New England has the ability, because you look at Drake May's numbers, 31 touchdowns, 8 interceptions at 43, 94 on the season, and Stephon Diggs has 1,000 yards on the year. Then you count in Hunter Henry, but none of these guys have over 100 grabs. What's interesting is this team picks its spots. And I'm not saying that this Seattle team is unbeatable defensively. The Rams showed what they can do if they get in the right position. But unfortunately, when you look at, we can even go back and we can look at a lot of the games. Well, not a lot because they didn't have very many, but you can look at the games in which the New England Patriots lost. Okay, now they were low scoring. Well, yeah, I mean, you look at the loss to Pittsburgh week 3, 21-14, the loss to Las Vegas 20-13, which many people were like, are you kidding me? And then you look at the loss to Buffalo 35-31, at home. But then you go and you look through New England's schedule, and folks, look, I'm going to be honest with you. We can look at the playoffs and we can say, okay, well, they did beat Denver 10-7, and they beat Houston 28-6 in this. But here's the thing. Turnovers. I get it. They made enough plays in that game against Houston. That was the game to me. Now, to me, Denver handed that game over to them. Now, there's going to be a lot of Patriots fans not going to be happy with what I just said. Yeah, that they made the right play at the right time. But I'm going to be honest with you. You're not going to get that opportunity against the Seahawks. It's not going to happen. Because how many times have we seen this, Sam Darnold turn the ball over, and then they still win the game? This Seattle Seahawks defense is a different monster than they've had to deal with all season. And let me tell you something. Nobody's talking about what Seattle has on that back end. And if you guys have watched my Carolina Panthers show, Growlin' and Prowlin', and watched me all the way up through the draft, there's a guy on this defense that McDonald has figured out how to get him on the field as a rookie. And he showed his butt last weekend in the NFC title game. That would be rookie Nick Emanrory. Now, many of you don't know who this young man is. I know him well because I wanted him in Charlotte. But I'm going to be honest with you. Just like Brian Branch in Detroit went down, that defense didn't know what to do. Now, many of you have challenged me on that, but if you correlated Detroit's final descent, it correlated, if you could track it, it correlated with Brian Branch's injury. Nick Emanrory is that new breed of safeties, you guys. What we call that hybrid. That hybrid guy that plays the safety, the the field safety, the box safety, and he can play in the slot. He can be that nickel. Matter of fact, he's listed on the depth chart as the nickel. Now, I wish I'd have took a picture of this, but Nick Emanrory was not a nickel to start the season. He was a safety. See, I said when this guy got drafted, he was going to be trouble. He's going to be trouble. Now, watch this, y'all. What if I told y'all? I want y'all to listen to what I'm about to say, y'all. Do you guys realize Emanrory is... He didn't start the season, y'all. He's third on the team in total tackles, behind linebacker Drake Thomas and linebacker Ernest Jones IV. He's got 2.5 sacks and an interception. And nine tackles for losses. Now, a lot of y'all going to laugh at me, and you're probably going to say, oh, what is one guy going to do? Nick Emanrory is a utility guy. And he does darn near all of it well. And the question I have for New England is, who are you going to get to attack Nick Emanrory? So before any of you really get settled on wanting to talk back at me about Nick Emanrory, he's 6'3", 220 pounds. And, oh, by the way, he ran a 4.37 40 at the combine.
Stop the cap.
No cap.
Bruh.
No cap. And then you think about the way McDonald's defense is, set up. You got 3 guys with 7 sacks in defensive tackle Byron Murphy, Leonard Williams, Nwosu. And then when you think about how much pressure these guys get on the quarterback, then you've got Ernest Jones, who also has 5 interceptions amongst leading his team in tackles. Then you've got Kobe Bryant, Darian Kendrick, and Reek Woolen, all having interceptions, along with Nick Emanrory and the dangerous Devin Witherspoon that you don't want to throw at. This is a team that is loaded talent-wise on that secondary. And not to mention that front 7, that can get after you. Along with your safeties and even your corners at times. Guys, this ain't a position you want to get caught up in. I mean, You got guys like Josh Joby and Julian Love with sacks. I mean, as after aforementioned, I said Nick Rory. They bring guys all over the place. This is why I say New England's going to have some issues if they cannot run the football, which, we've seen in some games where the running game has been a problem for the defense of the Seahawks to stop, because what they like to be able to do is they like to be able to put pressure. They love being able to get pressure. They love being able to keep quarterbacks guessing. They may not always bring it, but one thing they like to do is they like to give the illusion they're coming. Big problem I see with New England on the offensive side is they have not been crisp. I mean, you even go back to that Denver game. Look, yes, New England scored that touchdown. They did have to score that touchdown. However, you got to look at this game and say to yourself, if you're New England, we were fortunate to be here. Because realistically, if Jarrett Stidham doesn't throw that ball away, you probably go into a 10-3 tie and it keeps going. Denver, I get it. You were slowing down Denver more. In my mind, Denver had nothing left in the tank with Jarrett Stidham, but I still thought you had more of an opportunity to lose that game, being that you were going to be the one to take more risk. And eventually Sean Payton was going to try some trick stuff and beat you with it. But then again, the other aspect of that game came into Sean Payton going for it on 4th down inside his own 10-yard line and not getting it instead of kicking the field goal. But then you look at a lot of your weapons on the outside, not overly impressive. Mac Hollins and Kayshon Boutte, they're impressive, and Drake May does a good job distributing the ball. But then again, this offensive line has shown holes. We look at the Houston game, the way Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson Jr. were able to just consistently put pressure on Drake May. That's a different kind of defense. They send 4 and cover with 7. Sometimes send 3 and cover with 8 and they still get home. But this defense believes in coming and coming hard. And what's really got to connect with this New England offense is they're going to have to pick their places where they take shots. I think it's going to be imperative that they try and throw the ball on 1st down and not get in a situation where they have to figure out where this Seattle defense is coming from. They're going to have to try to establish the run on 2nd and possibly 3rd downs. I would look at this game as a situation because realistically, they're going to have to take shots. I would say on 1st down because you cannot fall into the trap of 3rd down, here come the Seahawks. You don't want to have to get lucky like you did in that Houston game. One missed tackle on 4th down goes for a touchdown. That's not where you want to live because as good as New England's defense is, I watched that Houston game and I saw how C.J. Stroud struggled. I only heard one person really talk about the fact that Tank Dell didn't play. I mean, what more can you say? Both his starting receivers and then Dalton Schultz goes out of that game with an injury. Dalton Schultz, Nico Collins, as well as Tank Dell go out of this game, and not to mention you haven't had Joe Mixon all season. Now, New England fans, enjoy your moment, but you're going to have to outwit this Nick Rory and this dangerous Devin Witherspoon and Ernest Jones IV defense. And these guys are just good. They fly all over the ball. They believe in each other. You're going to have to make Sam Darnold turn the ball over. Look, I know the line is 4. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, if somebody's got $1 million, put it down for the Seahawks because they're going to cover and then some. The only way the Patriots are going to beat the Seahawks is unless the Seahawks all get hung over the night before the game. It's that simple. I mean, the Patriots are overachievers. Let's just call it what it is. Sorry, Patriots fans. Y'all are overachievers. Drake May ain't quite there yet, and you got nothing outside of Stephon Diggs. I'm sorry. You got 5 guys in that Seattle secondary that can not only bring the hammer, but they cover exceptionally well. And unless the weather's bad in Santa Clara, I don't see it. Sam Darnold have to throw 2 pick sixes, and Kenneth Walker would have to put the ball, and they'd have to have at least 3 turnovers for this game to be close. You ain't gonna sit here and tell me you think the Rams aren't a better team than the Patriots. Stop it. Don't listen to all the noise that rumblings out there that are saying, I'm disappointed in the Rams and this, that, and other. We knew what the Rams were. They just hadn't been exposed. The Seahawks have seen them 3 times. The Rams beat them week 1. I think it was week 1. Okay. Seattle is arguably the best all-around football team in the National Football League. And I'm going to be honest with you. When I saw them draft Nick Eaton in the 2nd round, this has got potential. To me, this guy right here is the steal of the draft. I'm just keeping it frank. Many people are not talking about this kid, but the season this guy has had is unreal when you sit back and you really analyze the numbers that Nick Eaton has had. 81 total tackles, 2.5 sacks, and an interception. It's going to be interesting to see who wins the Defensive Rookie of the Year. It's going to be very interesting. I think the Patriots are going to have a little success trying to stop this rushing attack. But then again, I look at how strong this offensive line for Seattle is. Now, it does have a few places there. But you're looking at Stevenson and Henderson. They both have over 600 yards with Henderson, who's added a half a millennium. To me, the only way the Patriots going to keep this game interesting is if they can, if Drake May gets out or he's able to step up and run in the pocket. That's the only way. And even then, I think what they'll end up doing is they'll bring Nick Eaton in here to spy him. This McDonald defense is absolutely terrific. And I know you could say the same thing about the Patriots defense. But the difference is there's a lot of beef up front. And outside of Christian Gonzalez, to me, this defense is not nearly as blue chipish as, what the Seattle Seahawks have on their side. They have just absolutely drafted and done a great job in the free agent period. And that's just a tribute to the not only the coaching staff, but, of course, to what the kind of program that they've built so far in just 1 year under Mike Vrabel. But we'll just have to see what he's able to bring out, because needless to say, the Patriots are going to have to go all in, because needless to say, if Kenneth Walker gets going, that is disaster for them, because JSN, he's already a nightmare when you ain't got the running game going. Let Seattle get the running game going with play action pass, and you got to guard him one-on-one. I like Christian Gonzalez, but I'm going to be honest with you. He had struggled with Courtland Sutton. I get it. He ain't as big as Courtland Sutton, but I'm going to be honest with you. Courtland Sutton ain't the fastest cat either. He ain't the fastest. I think there are some good things. The point is the Patriots are going to have to stop the run, and they're going to have to use extra guys, because they're going to have to guarantee they can't. They're going to have to make Sam Darnold make mistakes. That's the only way I see this game going. The line is currently at 4.5. Now, that could change going up to Sunday. But this is just Mr. CeeLo's first preview. Let me know what you guys think. Patriots fans, don't be harsh. Listen, if you can give me something that I'm not seeing on film that gives the Seattle Seahawks a disadvantage, please let me know. But as of now, out of the 3 playoff games I've seen you guys play, I don't see a disadvantage. I see it all across the board. If you haven't watched Seattle, then you probably don't know. So please enlighten me, and on the next follow-up show leading up to the Super Bowl, I will tell you if I think your perception is correct. Make sure you hit that thumbs up and that bell notification, and let me know in the comments where you are watching from. And if you subscribed, that means you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you put just your name down below there as well, so I can give you a huge gab out on the next show. If there's a topic you'd like me to discuss, put that down in the comments, and I will gladly make a show, because I do listen to you guys. Make sure you go over to the Facebook page at Gridiron Gab Pro Style and join the group as well at Gridiron Gab Pro Style. Finally, make sure if you want to keep up with me, make sure you go over to my Instagram page at Mr. CeeLo and keep up with all my shenanigans during the off season, as well as shows and reels that I will be shooting. But until the next time, same Gab channel, same Gab.
But behold, there is a warm breeze that comes from the west. The blazing sounds of victory fuel their everlasting quest. It is a call to arms, for they are here. An army that has the will to challenge and the will to dare.